This video will introduce the awesome map module in Lightroom and go over some relevant privacy and security preferences. I'm in the library module now, and in order to get to the map module, I could select map from the module picker, or if my thumbnail has this little icon that you see here in the lower right hand corner, if I click on that icon saying that this photo has GPS coordinates, it will take me automatically to the map module. One more way, over here in the right panel under the metadata panel, down here, if there's GPS information associated with an image, this little arrow on the right shows up, and I'll click on that and I'm taken right to the map module. Let me go ahead and move this slider to the left so we can get a view of the whole world. Now we're working with Google Maps, and obviously we need an internet connection to make this work. And how quick this responds as I click and drag around the map really depends on the speed of your internet connection. Okay, let's just go over some of the basic components of the map module. On the left, we have a navigator, and I can click and drag and move around, and once I find a location I want to go to, I just click, and you can see over here in the main preview window, now it reflects that choice. Under Save Locations, we can choose various locations that we've set. We can make presets. And these locations now, if we click on them, they'll automatically be reflected over here in the preview window. Now collection is a way to get to images in a collection without having to go back to the library module. All right, so up at the top under the location filter, that's exactly what that is. Let's say I want to go to a particular location in the world. Let's go to Moscow. And I'm now gone to Moscow, Idaho, but I can also go to Moscow, Russia. So this is a great way to find a location right away and get to it. And now once you've found it, if you're going to geotag an image that doesn't have GPS information, you can just click and drag from the film strip on the bottom to that location. I'll be showing you more about that later. Now over on the right, under the metadata panel, this is basically the same metadata panel we see over in the library module. It's filtered so only the relevant location information is showing. Now down here at the very bottom, we have different map styles. We can do the hybrid, which is showing now. We can do a road map. We can do a satellite. Anybody that's familiar with Google Maps will recognize these various choices. I generally just keep it at the hybrid. The slider on the left, we can zoom out, zoom in, and we can also just use the plus and minus keys on the keyboard. Over here, this lock is unlocked right now, and that means that I can move locations around. I can move these points around. If I click on it, now the markers will be locked and they won't move around. And it's a way of keeping them in place and not accidentally moving them someplace else. Now over here, this is where you can really do some interesting things with track logs. So here we can load a track log that comes from another GPS-enabled device, and then we can synchronize that track log with photographs taken with a camera that didn't have GPS capability and sync them up. So now we can add GPS information from the track log just to the image itself. It's a really great feature, and I'll show you how to do that later as well. So down at the very bottom is the ever-present film strip, and this is where we can select images, view images based on location, or we can add location information by just clicking and dragging an image onto that location, and then Lightroom will automatically tag it with the relevant GPS data. Okay, so there's a couple preferences that I need to go over that have to do with security and privacy. So I'm going to go up under Lightroom, and we'll start with catalog settings. And under metadata, you see down here where it says reverse geocoding? If this is selected, which it is now, it means that you can enable reverse geocoding of GPS coordinates to provide address suggestions. Look over here to the right under metadata. You see these are just numbers, but Google Maps knows the actual sublocation, city, state, county associated with those numbers, and it's doing a reverse geocoding. It's basically you're communicating with Google Maps, and this is why I call it a security issue. You may not want that back and forth that's happening now between Lightroom and Google Maps. You may not want that communication. Then you will come over here to your catalog settings and deselect that. And then you won't get these suggestions as well. Okay, one other thing in terms of privacy. When you go to export an image, let me go to the library, and let's just say we were going to export this image here. Down here under metadata, remove location information. If you don't select that, that GPS data will be included with the metadata. Well, you say, why not? Well, what if you've taken a picture in somebody's home and that person doesn't want anyone to know where that home is, for example? If you don't remove that location information on the export of that image, anybody can now look at that picture and then see exactly where that picture was taken. Think about it before you keep that location information as part of your exported image file. Okay, now that you have a general overview of the map module, you're ready to actually use it.